Do I need to call you the female version of Steph Curry, or do I need to call Steph Curry the male version of Caitlin Clark?
I saw somebody break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine. And then her just confidence. You can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence, the flair. Like, she's a performer.
Caitlin Clark, the player who changed the game. Caitlin Clark is no ordinary basketball star. She's not just one of the best players of her generation. She's a cultural phenomenon, breaking the boundaries of women's basketball and leaving legends of the game in awe. Early in her career, it became clear that Caitlin Clark was different. Her ability to pull up and score from way beyond the three-point line immediately drew comparisons to none other than Steph Curry. NBA analyst Stephen A. Smith once said with excitement, "She's like the female version of Steph Curry."
Do I need to call you the female version of Steph Curry, or do I need to call Steph Curry the male version of Caitlin Clark?
She's got that insane release. I'm telling you, she could score in an NBA game. When Clark was asked about the comparison, she smiled humbly and replied, "I think I'll just stay the female version of Steph Curry."
I think I'll just be the female version of Steph Curry.
But many fans and experts took it a step further. Maybe it's time to start calling Steph Curry the male version of Caitlin Clark. Because what Clark achieved during her college career with the Iowa Hawkeyes was unprecedented. Game after game, she delivered performances that left the sports world stunned. Her standout showing in the NCAA tournament against LSU, with 41 points, 12 assists, and 8 rebounds, was hailed as one of the greatest games in history. NBA legend Paul Pierce was so impressed, he said, "That was the best NCAA tournament game I've ever seen, men's or women's."
We saw a white girl in Iowa do it to a bunch of black girls.
Well, of course.
That made it like, oh, that gained my respect. That gained my respect.
I hear you. You're
like,
right.
That's like, oh, she didn't do this to some other little white girls that was over here in Colorado, wherever. She did it to some girls from LSU who we thought was some dogs.
Defending champs.
And put them on her knee and spanked them. And so I know, but I didn't expect that.
Kevin Garnett also showed deep admiration. The former MVP said, "What Caitlin Clark is doing is unbelievable. If you're not in Steph Curry shape, you can't play like that. Her conditioning, her shooting, her feel for the game, it's elite."
It's the first time we got women's basketball ahead of men's basketball. If they ever let a female in the game, they in shape. If you ain't in the Steph Curry shape, that's how she plays, bro.
Right.
You watch
I
how
think she
Steph
can give you
goes
10 points in the NBA game.
Nah, she gonna give you more than 10. She can shoot, and she got work, bro.
But it's still
what?
Athleticism from the men is overwhelming.
It ain't tough no more. You can't hand check, and if you let them wiggle, you feel me?
Shaquille O'Neal, himself a basketball icon, took it even further. When asked whether Clark was the greatest college player of all time, he didn't hesitate. No doubt. She's the best. When Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith tried to counter with names like Diana Taurasi, Maya Moore, or Breanna Stewart, Shaq immediately cut them off. "I said what I said."
Listen, I ain't disrespecting nobody. It's just my opinion. I ain't gonna change it. You gotta change it. The stuff you don't know about basketball can fill up in the encyclopedia.
Well, I know.
Sorry, kids. Y'all don't even know what an encyclopedia you couldn't read.
And then there was Allen Iverson, one of the most influential figures in basketball history. About Clark, he said, "She shoots the blood out the ball. She belongs on Mount Rushmore. She changed the game." Those words carry weight, especially when they come from men who dominated the NBA for decades.
I think the biggest challenge has just been the fact that we've only had like 24 days together. I think that presents a big challenge for our team, especially a really young team and an inexperienced team. So a team that's trying to find their chemistry and how they work together, I would say that's probably the biggest challenge for us. But I think as you've watched us over the course of the first 4 games, like from the first time we played Connecticut to this last time we played Connecticut at home, like there's been a huge difference in how we play and how we play together, and that's just within 4 games. So I think there's a lot of positives, a lot to build off of, but I would say that's probably the biggest challenge to us right now, having to go from, game, practice, game, and really those practice times you can't really do much because you're preparing for your next opponent.
But Caitlin Clark has truly earned their respect. Throughout her college career, she became the all-time leading scorer in NCAA history, across both women's and men's basketball. She broke the record with her signature deep three and did it with style. She led the Big Ten in both scoring and assists for 4 consecutive years, something no player had ever done before. But Clark is more than just numbers. She's a fire that fills arenas, a movement that draws in even those who had never watched a women's basketball game before. After graduating, she was selected as the first overall pick in the WNBA draft by the Indiana Fever. All of America wanted to know, could she dominate at the professional level too? The answer, yes, but not without challenges.
I'm really happy I got to see her today. Yeah. It was like a dream come true.
From her very first WNBA games, the arenas were packed. Everywhere Caitlin played, the stands were full. Demand for her number 22 jersey exploded. In her rookie season, she posted impressive stats, including a triple-double against the New York Liberty, the first in franchise history. But the WNBA wasn't a walk in the park. Clark had to prove herself on the court and navigate the structures of her new team. Repeatedly, coaching decisions became the subject of debate. Head coach Christie Sides faced criticism, both for questionable rotations and her communication with the young star player. In a game against the Chicago Sky, Clark visibly ignored instructions from the sideline. The internet erupted. Fans speculated about internal tension.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously been a whirlwind. There, hasn't been much time to sit down and reflect on, the journey of the course of my college year and then coming right into here. So, it is what it is. I think just trying to soak in and enjoy every single moment. But yeah, it's definitely been a whirlwind. So just like one thing after the next, but at the same time, I feel like, that's kind of almost better. You just kind of get thrown into the fire, and that's sometimes the best way to learn too.
Adding to the frustration were the team's questionable priorities. While Clark was fighting hard on the court, the Fever's social media team posted videos of team scavenger hunts, something that felt out of place to many fans. Is this professional basketball prep or summer camp? Asked one disappointed fan on X, formerly Twitter. Despite all this, Caitlin Clark stayed calm. She remained focused, professional, and mature. In interviews, she expressed understanding for the adjustment process. Sometimes the best thing is to be thrown into the fire. That's how you learn fastest, she said after a tough game, and it showed. With each game, Clark grew stronger. She led all WNBA rookies in points and assists. Many experts see her as the clear favorite for the Rookie of the Year award. Some go even further, already calling her a future MVP candidate. But for Caitlin Clark, it's about more than individual accolades. She wants to win. She wants to lead her team to the playoffs. And she wants women's basketball to get the same respect as the men's game. And she's making it happen. Thanks to her, viewership is up. Jersey sales are booming. Kids all across America, boys and girls, are trying to copy her logo threes. When former superstars like Shaq, AI, KG, and Pierce speak up, it shows just how deeply Caitlin Clark has touched the heart of basketball. She's not just a talent. She's a symbol of a new era. An era where gender doesn't matter. An era where a girl from Iowa steps onto the world stage, not just to compete, but to dominate. Caitlin Clark has changed the game. If you enjoyed this story and want to see more content like this, don't forget to like, comment below. And of course, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.